Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Saray, and in this video we are going to be doing a setup for my monthly budget for the month of February 2023. Before we jump into February, I wanted to do just a quick recap of the goals for January. So for January, I had a goal of logging all of the transactions, and I'm going to give myself a 5-star review on this because I logged everything. My second goal was to do regular budget check-ins, which I did. I try to have at least one budget check-in for the month. So I'm going to give myself another 5 stars on this one. And the last goal was to list and sell a household item. So for this one, I actually had 2 specific items that I wanted to list and try to sell. One was to list our bar stools. We have a couple of those. And the other one was to list a couple of yellow dining room chairs, which I did. So I managed to list them, and I actually managed to sell the yellow chairs. So we still have the bar stools to go, but I'm still gonna give myself a 5-star for that one because I listed it and we did get rid of a couple. I didn't track any no spend for January. I might go back and just track to see what days I didn't spend. I'm not really good at tracking that, so I might repurpose this for something else. But then for our overview for January, we ended up going over our budget by $334, which is not terrible. Ideally, we had done much better in December. It's not terrible, but I attribute that to the electric and our home gas as well. So overall, not a terrible month, but still some opportunity to be a little bit more mindful in certain areas, specifically around groceries and dining out, because we also went over on those 2 categories. So now it's time to set up my monthly pages for February. I was about to say August, but for February. And this is the kit I'm using for this month, which is called Valentine Wishes. I'm not sure if this will be up by the time this video is up in my Etsy shop, but I will certainly do my best. So this box will be for 1 goal, 2nd goal, and the 3rd goal. So my first goal, and actually I was going to put my stars. Where do I want to put the stars this month? I think I will put them here. Yeah, I really like how it looks on this part of the box. I'll go ahead and write out the goals in just a moment, but for this 2 boxes, I'm gonna use them a little bit differently this month, and that's one thing why I like this these kits and this setup, is because you can really have more flexibility on how you set up your boxes, which may differ from month to month. So let me just straighten this one out. So this first box, actually both boxes, will be used for a breakdown. So the first one, I'm going to be breaking down my Go Wild budget right here. And then for the other one, I'm going to be breaking down my cash envelope categories. So I'll use this different color. Which I have done in the past, but I really like just breaking down those major categories that would be on this side over here. And then for down here, I am not going to, I'm gonna put, you know what I think I'm gonna do? Instead of the mini calendar, I'm going to use the other mini calendars from EC, which has like the dates. These little mini calendars, I love these mini calendar packs, and I actually forgot to use them in January, but I want to start using them now. So I'll go ahead and use February, and These are great for tracking too, and especially for paydays and things like that that you want to see in your budget. I'm trying to figure out where's the best place to put it. I think I've decided to put it down here, so a little bit offset. Yeah, I think that looks great. And I'm using the color dot markers. This is the clean color dot. It is the pale rose, like the pale collection or the muted collection. So I'm just going to mark down the paydays. So it will be on February 10th and then on the 24th for these two paydays this month. Okay, so I'm going to start writing in my goals. So my first goal is to log all the transactions. My second goal is to do my regular budget check-ins. And my third goal is my Go Wild budget. For my first breakdown section, it's going to be for my Go Wild expenses. And I'm using this Crazy Ann Designs stencil. This one is the KDK Plans Crazy Ann Designs stencil, which I really love, all the different shapes. So for my Go Wild expenses that I'm anticipating, the first one is going to be hotel number 1. I have a couple of hotels. Hotel number 2. Parking. Gas. Food. And I also have swag, which I consider things like souvenirs, although I don't really purchase souvenirs when I go away, but just like maybe planner supplies or anything else that I want to buy for while I'm at the conference. And I did pose a question on my Instagram, and another one that I want to include here is incidentals. And I will use another one for tips as well, since we're staying in hotels. And then I'll add more categories as I think of them. And if you have any other categories that I could include as part of my travel, let me know. I will be driving down, so I don't have a flight expense. So these are the ones that I could think of. Okay, so that is for that breakdown. I'm gonna go ahead and list this part out, and then I'll break them down on this side for the next part. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use these headers. I forgot this time to print the labels. So I'll just handwrite them again, but I should really work on printing custom budget labels so that I save a little bit of time writing them out every single month. I've gone ahead and added all of the headers up here for all of the different categories. So I'm going to go ahead and fill it out. So the first part is income. Steven. Would be $1,700. And then any extra income, which includes my side hustle, or any of our properties or anything else that I'm counting as towards extra income, not part of like our regular income. So I'll put that there. Then for sinking funds, it will be 1010. General savings, I'm not sure. That'll probably be from any additional extra income, if any, but we'll see. Mortgage, we are paying extra on our mortgage, so it'll be $3,200. HOA, $325. Cell phone, I'm anticipating about 105 because that's what was last month, but we'll see. Electric, I'm anticipating 250 because that was around the amount last month. For home gas, I'm anticipating 140. And then we do have a water bill due this month. That one, it's only due once every 3 months, once quarterly. So I'm thinking might be 125. That's how much it's been in the past. So for transportation, I have my car, gas, thinking 40. For health, I have copays. I have a few copays this month. So it'll be $250. I'm actually adding I made some rearrangements to my sinking fund categories, my envelopes. So I'm adding them here. So vision will be 1. So this would be like for my either copays for vision exams, or it could be for new glasses. I do wear glasses, so I do need to replace them every once in a while. So that will be for that. Then medical, it would be $80. And then dental, that would be $60. For credit cards this month, the amount will be the same as I've been paying, but this month we will be paying off another card, so $514. But a lot of it is going to go to the payoff of my Apple card, and that will take care of that one, which I'm super excited about. And that will bring me down to just one remaining card. So as of December, I had four credit cards. And as of February, I'll be down to 1. So the power of the budget works out great. All right, so the next one is food, which is groceries. I'm gonna estimate 600. Dining out, I'm gonna say 220. Hopefully we come out well under, but I'm just trying to keep it realistic. Under personal, I have life insurance, 34. My gym membership, 169. Hair and nails, I'm thinking 160, and that includes my hair color subscription. Then I have clothing, which is a sinking fund, and that's going to be 40. I have beauty, which is also a sinking fund, which is for toiletries and things like that, which I don't typically buy every single month. And I have household, which is more for like home decor, for example, little trinkets that we get here and there. That'll be 40. And I did add one more category to my sinking fund, which is my PT or my personal training, and that'll be $80. Okay, so for entertainment, I have Apple, 25. Regular entertainment category, and this is also a sinking fund because we don't dip into this every month. This will be 40. Planning, this will be 40. And then Go Wild, this is going to come from my savings because I did have some money in there from before. And so that's going to stay blank because I'm not sure exactly. I need to figure out how much. So technically this amount that's here doesn't come from the budget. It comes from sinking funds. Okay, so then for miscellaneous, we have gifts, 40, and that's a sinking fund. Miscellaneous, that's for my cash envelopes, and this is $30. And SB expenses, I don't know yet how much all of that will be. I sort of calculate that at the end. And then the other category that I added was holidays, and it's a sinking fund, and it is $60. And then the next category is student loans, which I don't have a payment right now. So I'm going to go ahead and add all of these up. So I have $3,200 for the mortgage, $325 HOA, $105, $250, $140, $125, $610, $40, $250, $20, $80, $60, $514, $1010, $600, $220, $34, $169, $160, $40, $40, $40, $80, $25, $40, $40, $40, $30, $60, so $83. Total expenses projected is going to be $83.47, and projected income, it'll be $8,400. Let's see how that goes. So I don't have, I'm not going to put in a difference here for savings or the difference. I'm just going to call that even, and that'll do it for this setup. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight certain categories on this page. So the ones that are my regular cash envelopes. So I have groceries and dining out. Those are my on-the-go cash envelopes. Then I have hair and nails and miscellaneous are the 4 cash envelope categories that I carry physically with me because there's usually not a ton of cash. All of the other ones stay home, only I dip into it when I need it. So the other categories that I need to highlight are my sinking funds for the other ones, which is clothing, beauty, household, PT, entertainment, planning, do gifts, holidays, vision, medical, and dental. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these sinking fund categories, cash envelope categories, and then just break them down on this side of the page so that I know how much it is for each pay period that I need to set aside, which is typically just 50% of the total amount. So starting with my on-the-go cash envelope categories. So that includes groceries, and that is 300 and 300. Dining out, $110, $110. Hair and nails, it'll be $120 for one time and then $0 the next time. So I'll just take it all for the month at the same time. And the same thing with miscellaneous. So it will be $30 and then $0. And I'm just going to draw a line under miscellaneous just to divide the next set of categories, which are the longer term sinking fund, so to speak. So this one is vision, 10 and 10, medical, 40 and 40. Dental, 30 and 30. Clothing, 20, 20. Beauty is 20 and 20. Household, $20 each time. PT, it's gonna be 40, 40. Entertainment, that one is 2020. Planning, same. And gifts, $2020. And then last one is holidays. All right, so this page is pretty much done. I'm just gonna add just a little bit of deco over here to list the month. Even though I already have it here, but that's fine. So this looks great, all set up. So now what I'm gonna do is move on to the next page, which is where I list my high priority sinking funds. and where I keep sort of like a running balance of all of my sinking fund categories, both high priorities and low priorities. And then on this page over here, which I have it sort of set aside on purpose, just covering some of the totals, I have, this is where I use this header over here, the date, expense, description, and amount, and the balance. So I use this page as sort of like a running total, sort of like a check register of how much is actually in my bank account. So one side, this page over here is really for the projections and how much I'm expecting for income for this month. And then this is how much are the actual running totals of what I physically have, because not everything, not all the income that's listed here, for example, comes in at the same time. So I need to know how much I need to pay for the income that I actually have sitting in my bank account. So that's how I use this one and use this header for that. So I use the rest of the pages to just keep track of all of the actual transactions that come out, transactions and bills that come out of my debit card or my checking account. And then obviously the other ones, the cash envelope ones, I keep track using the cash envelope tracker. Just gonna change this header. Instead of spending summary, it's sinking funds. And I do these little check boxes to mark off the ones that have been actually allocated. So I'll do 2 boxes, one side by side. And that means that I can just check off. Each box is goes with the payday. So this will be for payday 127. And then this will be for the next payday, which would be 210. So once I actually allocate the sinking fund, I'll go ahead and check it off for that particular category. So those are car insurance, all right, so I've gone ahead and I added all of my high priority categories or sinking fund categories up here, and I just broke it down with how much I'm contributing to each category, each pay period. So this one will be the first pay period 127, and then the other one will be on 2/4. Then I added my low priority sinking funds, things like clothing, beauty, household entertainment, and the same thing, how much I am contributing to it each pay period. And then at the end of the month, once I check everything off, I will add the running balance of what I have, just in case I did use some of it from that category during this month. So I'm just adding the mini months to this section over here. And that will wrap up the budget setup for February. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for another Budget With Me video. Let me know if you have any comments or questions down below. If you're new to my channel, I really appreciate if you would consider subscribing. I post videos every single week. And don't forget to expand the description section so that you can check out all of the items that I used or referenced during this budgeting video. Thank you again so much for joining me, friends. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.